backwards. We can't go back there. We have to go forward. And forward thinking, New Brunswick, this is the place. This is the place where 8 people died. This is the place that put 15 passenger van safety on the map. And we cannot allow a 15 passenger van shuttle service to take root in this province, to be allowed. We need this province to be the symbol of the future, that we are moving ahead. This country is moving towards multifunction activities buses. It's not going back to 15 passenger vans, and we cannot let it happen here in this province. That's the end of my part of the presentation. Okay. Anna?
This is what happened if we don't have the multifunctional.
Just speak in the mic.
The multifunctional vehicles. This is the so-called 15-passenger van that was to be shuttle people from PEI to New Brunswick. Well, this is what the result. You might be sure now that you never have yet an accident. That's what happened to us. Our children were carried for over 30 years. Never an accident happened. But boy, you think, no, those kind of accidents never happen to you. Always happen to the other people. But it does happen, and it happened to us. And that's why now we advocate for the safety, not just for the student, but for the seniors, for the disabled, and for everybody. No one deserves nothing less than a safe transportation.
If we would like, if anybody would like to look at the photographs, these are the photographs from the RCMP reconstruction, a collision investigation report, and they are, no one has seen them really. It's not something that people see. They're rare. They're very awful photographs. But you know something? Having worked with Isabel and Anna for the last 4 years, there's nothing worse that you can do to them. They've lost their children, and those photographs are awful, but the reality. This is what happens when 15 passenger vans are filled with children, and there's a collision. The children are killed, they're ejected, and the 15 passenger van, which is a piece of tin lined with cardboard, essentially, is crushed and turned into a death trap. Sorry, that's the way it is.
Okay,
Isabel?
and here's a construction of a multifunction activity bus. The way they're made like a yellow school bus with the like a cage style to protect and the safety sides. So I'll just pass this around so you can see the difference that the 15 passenger vans has no crash protection for 15 passenger passengers.
So Anna, is it? Anna, you can read this.
I think we should just explain why we put a few
Okay.
things in here.
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why that we put in the rollover ratio propensity is because nothing changed in the 15 passenger vans. When they say there's less than 5, there's 12.3% of the rollover, and 5.9, there's 20.8% of the rollover ratio, and when there's 10 to 15, there's 29.1. Well, this was in, what year was that again? In
Identify the
well, this was the
study.
okay, that was the second study that we have, and nothing has changed with the design of these 15 passenger vans. So the ratio never changed because the design of these vehicles never changed. When they came off the assembly line as a cargo vehicle, they never changed the design to carry passengers, only cargo. So there was no protection for the occupants. There's nothing about the windows, the huge windows they have on these vehicles when there's an ejection that they go up, they can go out, and also the high center of gravity on these vehicles when they're because they're supposed to be loaded for cargo that goes on the floor of the vehicle, but when they put the seats in, then the passengers went in. Well, that made it a higher center of gravity when it's very difficult to control when there's an emergency emergency maneuver, and that's when, you know, we're all human, and we all can say we're professional drivers, but when there's a moment of what to do at a time when if a moose or some obstacle goes in front of you, you have to think in seconds what to do. And when these vehicles take this left jerk, when all the weight is on the left side, because you got the aisle that's over on the side of the sliding door, all the passengers are on the left side. So this is where you have problems with the left tire and the high center of gravity when you have no control of your vehicle. When you do that left jerk and then you try to get it back, it's almost near impossible to do.
Any other ones that you want to point out?
There are over 20 reports that we've cited in here, so we're not going to show you all of them, but certainly there are some that are of interest, and I think Isabel wanted to mention, we'll just say pick two more, okay, Isabel?
Okay,
Could I just make a comment on the reports that you've cited? Because I did look at material that you've filed in advance. I believe there were 3 websites that were referred to that didn't yield any results. I believe board council was going to contact you. So did you bring something with you with respect to?
What we did was I reissued it again as a link, and it worked for me when I did. So I reissued it back to your to Ellen, and I'm not sure if it worked.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I did check the links that were sent. I got them this morning, I think, if I sent, or maybe
Friday.
late
Thursday
Saturday,
or Friday or
yeah.
something.
It was late Friday, and I have checked them, and they do work. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just obviously want to have an opportunity to look at the complete package that you